I'm back. My name is Deja, and I hope you find serenity.
I hope you find serenity. I hope you find serenity.
Yes, I have returned to my beautiful jungle paradise, my little corner of the world. Out here in big chilling with the babies. I've been away from YouTube for at least a month at this point. I think a bit more. And the reason is because I went back to the States for 3 days. I'm sorry, 3 days. I'm tripping. 3 weeks. It felt like 3 years, so it's very funny that I even accidentally said 3 days because it felt like I was gone for years. I went back to Atlanta to see my family, to see my sister graduate from college. It was so beautiful. It was so much fun. It was everything. There's a lot that I'm still processing around it that I'm not even going to share here, but it was an awesome trip home. All right, peace, y'all. Yes, I'm wearing my bonnet because this is me in my natural habitat, first of all. And I got some like braids in my hair, and I just like them to be in the bonnet. So that's how we're doing it right now. Y'all, I'm back in Costa Rica, back home, back on the land. I've actually been back home since, May 22nd? I came back, I think. And what's today? June 5th. Today's June 5th, my little brother's birthday, actually. Shout out to all the Geminis out there. So yes, I just got back about 2 weeks ago, and I've just been like integrating back into this lifestyle, so I haven't felt ready to make a YouTube video yet. And I thought while I was back home in Atlanta that I was gonna make maybe some videos, but I did take some short videos, but yeah, I just didn't feel called. I was actually in deep process that whole trip. You know, I went during the retrograde, and it's interesting because the whole trip was really like trippy, and it made me feel like I was back in high school again, because I was like with my family and I was staying at my little sister's house, like their mom's house. She's lived in this house since, since I can remember, since I met them. So, for the past 22 years, she's been living in that house, 22 or 23 years. And I've been going there since I was a little girl. So, to be there and then to like be moving around in these places, going to parks and stores and things that I've been going to since I was a little girl, it just hit me in a different way. Maybe because it was also a retrograde and I went through such a big like shift, like almost going back in time in a way. And being around my family, being around my dad, my grandma, and all these things, it really was like, it was deep. And I've shared before on here, but the name Deja means to remember. And I feel like so much of my work with the inner child healing with folks is like helping people to remember. Not just remember our past, but also remember our gifts and different things. And by remembering our past, sometimes we do remember important like lessons that we learned that maybe we didn't fully integrate. So I feel like it was a really great experience for me to be like, wow, look at what I was surrounded by and seeing so much value in it. And also noticing how I have cultivated this level of like inner peace and inner knowing that I'm deserving of all good things, that now like my experience was so positive. Whereas in the past, I remember having different types of experiences that made me, that I think potentially made me dislike the place, but it was really the energy I was in, and remembering that the energy I'm in is what I put out and it's what I create. And it's what I perceive in the world. If I think the world's a bad place, I'm going to keep on, getting met with that. So this whole trip, I was just completely met with nothing but angels and protection and guidance and love. And I spent mostly time with my family. I only really saw 1 or 2 friends while I was there. Maybe I've seen a few friends, but just really, really briefly. And I met somebody while I was there, which I'm not going to get into it on YouTube because it's none of y'all business. But it was just like every interaction was so deep, there was no, Well, I guess there might have been a little nonsense here and there, but nothing I couldn't handle. But yeah, it was so nourishing. I felt so supported. I felt so loved. I'm still processing. I'm still looking for the words. But all in all, y'all, it was the best experience I've had in Georgia in a long time. It had me really feeling like, wow. Now I'm about to say this, I'm about to share this because I just want to say it and just get it out of the way. But it literally, for a second, it had me thinking, oh my God, like I could live in the States again. I know that's crazy. And to be honest, now that I'm back in Costa Rica, that feeling has shifted. But I just want to express just how good it was. It was so good that I was like, damn, this is nice. And I went with my little sister to see one of her favorite teacher from high school. It's actually her Spanish teacher. So I went with her to her high school to see her teacher, and we saw some of the students and stuff. And it was just cool meeting that teacher and seeing like these Black youth in Atlanta and like just seeing the light in them and wanting them to know that. And I had like these little, the Pisces in me I'm very imaginative, little thoughts about, oh my God, what if I worked in the school system in Atlanta, like, and brought my light to this place and my inner child work here. Like those thoughts were going through my mind, y'all. It was crazy. I did not expect it. Like all these last times that I've been home, I've been like, I'm trying to get back to Costa Rica immediately. But this time I was like, wow, I'm actually having a great time. And I'm just, it's feeling very like this was exactly where I needed to be right here and now. I was grateful, I was sad to go. I knew I needed to go, and I knew that I would, love being back here as well. So it was a lot of mixed feelings. But yeah, those feelings came up. So I'm speaking them so that y'all know my truth. But now that I'm back, after like some days back, I'm like, oh no, this lifestyle's everything. Even the way I'm just sitting here in my bonnet right now in the sunshine, sitting on my blanket outside, like, look at the material. Look at the material. I'd much rather be here. But I can see myself spending some time, like more time in the year in the States. And that's what I've been processing. Like I'm thinking about spending a little bit of time in the States each year and offering my inner child work there, because most of my clients end up coming from there anyway. And I want to make myself more accessible to people who can't come all the way to Costa Rica. But yeah, there is a difference with that in-person connection. And I would like to offer that at times. And now that with the connection I've made in the States, I also want to go back to continue to nourish that connection. And also nourish my connection with my family. I really, really valued being able to be around my sisters and see their lives and give them advice and talk to them about the things that I've been learning. And it's so important for me, even for my own integration, to like share this Deja with that Deja, that Deja that always lives within me, that inner child, inner teen in me, and to bring this energy back to those streets that I walked when I was young. It's very alchemizing. It's like full circle healing, and it's powerful. It's so powerful. And then the fact, like, I shared a video in here not too long ago, a few months ago, about healing from insecurities, and like I had been going through this experience of rejection and all that. And so then to be met with like this new love connection in a way that is so beyond my comprehension, so beyond, like, just has been everything that I was asking for, just a complete pure manifestation. Like, and what I love about manifestation is it's never the thing that I'm actually really focused on. Like maybe I am on a subconscious level, but I like the surprise of it all. I like that it comes when I'm not expecting, when it's really a state of no expectations, a state of being without expectations and just being present. And then the things that come through in that space, they blow my mind. So yeah, it was just, it was a lot, y'all. It was a lot. I had to come back and really sit the fuck down and process. And I'm deeply grateful for the farm. As soon as I got back, I had booked a retreat with a couple who came through. Shout out to Zay and Devan. They were so beautiful. And it was just divine, like, to be around this Black love, this divine connection, like, and like they just had a beautiful energy together, the way they treated each other. And also I just really enjoy giving inner child healing retreats. Like, I love doing my workshops. I love doing my work. I love witnessing people be in Costa Rica for the first time. I love witnessing people live this off-grid lifestyle, you know, for the first time. And I love to witness all that growth that can transpire even in just a week from really changing your environment to a really raw and natural environment. And yeah, I enjoyed having that experience with them. So big up. It was beautiful. And it like further nourished me with all this love that I've been witnessing and experiencing. I've been witnessing and experiencing, witnessing and experiencing, witnessing and experiencing. And it's just a blessing, y'all. It's just a blessing. But today I actually need to really get my life together because I'm about to teach the kids for the next couple months in the library. It's a new class. It's Tuesdays and Thursdays, and they are 2 to 5 years old. So I literally, last week I was giving a retreat, so I couldn't really give it too much thought. So now like the class starts tomorrow and I'm like, oh my God. So I'm about to get up, go to the library, prepare some songs and games and activities for the kids. And I'm also teaching Spanish on Wednesdays. So yeah, I'm trying to get myself together. You know, I'm trying to get my money right, really. So I'm doing that. And that's an update for y'all as far as what's going on with me. I'm going to be teaching a lot, and I will be on YouTube once I feel called to make another video. We shall see when. And I am also working on some things for Patreon, some inner child activities. So if that's something that you're interested in, you need to pull up on me on Patreon. Plus, I've been slowly but surely releasing the vlogs that are all on Patreon to YouTube publicly. So I think I've got up to like maybe vlog 8 available, and more coming, maybe once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks. Who knows what I'm going to feel like doing, but they're there for y'all to enjoy. I want y'all to have access to them. And for those of you who are on my Patreon, thank you so much. You got to see them over a year ago. And I'm grateful for the people who support me on Patreon, because honestly, that be my grocery money every month. I give thanks. And yeah, I wanted to host a group retreat in August, but I've been having a hard time with group retreats, y'all. Like, it's hard to really get the people out here for real. And plane tickets have been expensive lately, and it's just been a struggle. So I kind of decided to release that for now. I'm still open to private retreats. I've had a few people reach out, and I'm talking with them about that. And I am available this year for people who are interested in a private retreat. Right now, they're happening here on my off-grid farm, so they're super natural. Like, you might end up just in the tent. You know, I do allow people to be in the house if that's their preference. But also, if you want to be out in the elements, I have plenty of tents and plenty of activities. My private retreats are for women only, but if it's a couple or a small group, then I will allow men to come. And yeah, so that's what's going on with me. I hope that y'all are well. I hope that y'all are breathing. Hope that y'all are doing what you love. Hope that y'all are loving on yourselves fully and genuinely. With that, I feel complete. Peace. Vamos.